Hi, my name is Esteban Salinas. I'm the captain of the Solar Car team.
My name is Nathaniel Del Toro. I'm the co-captain slash design lead.
So, some years ago, I had a friend who attended a solar car event, and he was so motivated by this that he wanted to start a team of his own. Unfortunately, our school would not sponsor him, and so he came to our dear mentor, Mr. Lewis, and asked to start a nonprofit organization in order to sponsor our solar car team. This nonprofit organization is dedicated to bringing STEM education to the youth through hands-on project-based learning, our largest project being our participation in the solar car event. Every year, we plan and design and build a new solar-powered vehicle, which is exactly what we're going to do this year, and we're going to race it at the 2027 annual solar car race at Texas Motor Speedway.
I actually joined the team from the same friend that he's been mentioning. I went to a summer college program through this community college, and we went to the same solar car event that he's talking about, and I met him there. After the event and when the program was ending, he reached out to me and offered me a position in this team that he started. I was a little skeptical, but when I joined this team, I did not regret it. I've learned so much through this team, and it's actually helped me score an internship through an engineering firm with my school.
Our first year participating in the solar car race, we were generously gifted this frame, which we raced for 2.5 years so far. We were gifted this frame by another team, and it was previously raced in 2017. Through all this time, we have cut, grinded, and welded on this car and completely revamped it and made it our own. We have actually both personally completely rewired the entire car as well. Through doing this, we have learned so much, not just about engineering, but about ourselves and about how to work as a team and build our work ethic.
So I ended up joining this team during its second year of racing. And something I can tell you about that year is that it was a major electrical revamp. We ended up disemboweling the car of its electrical components and rewiring it completely. Me and him actually spent days working on the high voltage system and the 12-volt system, and in my personal opinion, it's rather pretty looking. It was actually rather difficult for me to learn these techniques and skills because I had no prior experience in electrical. I was majorly in mechanical stuff. I had prior experience in grinding, welding, and cutting, but I had no experience in wiring or how any electricity worked.
To kind of bounce off of what he was saying there, a lot of us came on with little to no experience, simply a passion for engineering itself. I personally came on with some experience in AC house, residential wiring. My father is a residential electrician. From that, I was immediately put on the electrical side of the team. Although I unfortunately did not have experience with DC wiring. But through many hardships, many failures, and lots of learning, I can now confidently say that I know this car inside and out, and I'm very confident in our next build, specifically in the electrical department. Our mentor, Mr. Lewis, brought us a 1984 golf cart as a challenge, and from here we were able to completely restore it and also convert it to solar power, like our solar powered car, Solus Victoria. We changed out the batteries, we changed out the shocks, and basically completely revamped the car. We also added a back seat to it. We added a wiring harness to it. We added headlights and brake lights, and basically completely restored it like it's brand new.
One of my favorite things about that golf cart is that we wrapped it in the same wrap that we use for our solar car, Solus Victoria. And to me, it's a really stunning and eye-catching blue.
Yes, it's very visually appealing and it really catches your attention. It's a very shiny metallic blue and it's extremely vibrant, resembling our personal colors here. So we have what is called a farm team. Since the official race rules require all team members to be high school students, we still wanted middle school students to be able to learn just as much as us. And so through here, we had what's called a farm team, where we allow middle school students to shadow our work we mentor them, we teach them, and we can all learn together. Since we are building a new car, us high school students are completely laser focused on this, but we have passed down our previously raced car, Solus, down to our farm team. They keep track of it, they update it, and they keep it ready and up to race standards at all times.
So speaking of our farm team lead Zoe and our second in command for that farm team, Sahas, which we like to call our water boy. He won a plaque and 3 gold coins for passing out water to every single person and during that race in both garage bays. I don't know how he had the time to do it, but somehow he managed to do it. So the farm team, as Esteban stated, they work on our previous car and keep it up to date. They've actually been on this car almost as much as we have because they need to know everything about it when we're actually on the race grounds. They need to learn about it and how to troubleshoot it when they're walking around flagging our car. If we have to pull the car off the track, they help us with that, and they need to know about the car in order to work and pull the car off the track.
Yes, we also teach them a lot of the basics. We've taught them how to make circuits. We've taught them the basic mechanical, troubleshooting that we've done. And whenever we are encountering a problem, we like to involve our farm team so that way we can all learn together as one.
So onto this new car that we've been mentioning a bunch and a bunch. This right here is actually what we've been talking about. The current design for it is using an airfoil to help reduce drag on the track. This is a rather innovative design, if I do say so myself. And I've gotten approval from other team members so far, and they seem to like the design as well. It should help us reduce our rolling resistance and overall be more efficient while we're racing.
We've so far conducted many design meetings. We are constantly trying to improve it and work together. We're currently working on the system for the steering and front shock system. And we have this actual 3D printed model here we have put through a wind tunnel. So that way we can try to our best to improve the aerodynamics, reduce as much drag as possible, and make it as efficient as we can. So that way we can do well in the advanced division. We have recently been reaching out to many college solar car teams who have much more experience than us in this field. We want to learn as much as we can, and we're always trying to gather more information so that we can improve this car as much as possible.
So to put a face behind the name, this is one of my teammates, Sai.
Hi, my name is Sai. I've been on the team for about a year. I'm the mechanical team lead. I help with design, and I'm also just helpful for overall all around the car.
So falling back on the design of our car, which is this, I created the 3D model for this design, and I sent a file of it to Mr. Lewis, our mentor, so he can 3D print it so I can run it through a wind tunnel at my certification school. So since me and Sai are in charge of the main design of our car, we've been working together to try and troubleshoot and iron out the kinks in our design for our frame.
Yeah, Nathaniel, he designed this whole concept basically on his own, and he's really good at it. And I also have, I've self-taught myself on a bit of car design over the few years, so I can really help. I feel like me and Nathaniel would really be able to hone in on the design and the performance aspect of it. So we were talking about making this thing with aluminum instead of chromoly steel like the last car, which, if you don't know the difference, chromoly steel is a lot denser and heavier than aluminum, which would definitely help in the weight reduction of the new car, which directly correlates to on-track performance.
Something we have to worry about that is chromoly steel is much since it's so much denser. It's also a lot stronger than aluminum. So we have to worry about our structural integrity and our stress testing for our new frame.
Yeah, and additionally, before we even think about that, we got to think about how we're gonna weld and work on this frame because we have no experience yet of grinding, welding, and cutting aluminum, but as we did with chromoly steel.
And speaking of the experiences with welding and cutting, grinding chromoly steel, the safety requirements for cutting aluminum, doing all that stuff with aluminum is much different.
Yeah, it's the PPE aspect of it is definitely one of the most important that we take into account. The welding jackets, the welding apron, have face masks, proper gloves, whether you're using electrical equipment or welding equipment, proper ventilation. That all, you'll take all that into account before even teaching the team about how to use power tools.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Lewis, and I wanted to jump on for just a moment and not only introduce our other member, Zoe, but also towards the end, I wanted to give you some inspiration from where I came from and why I'm actually part of this program and why I got it started. So, without further ado, this is Zoe Chevalier. Zoe, give me some background on how you came about to join our solar car team.
So basically, I went to the school that you teach, and you're kind of like promoting, like you're like, hey, like this is what I do, and you're kind of like, I'm gonna show you a picture. You showed us the picture. I'm like, wait, this is kind of cool. So I went to my mom, like, Mama, like my teacher has like this thing going on, and I'm like, can I join it? She's like, yeah, I'll think about it. And then there's this event. I think it was like towards Halloween, like trunk or treat. And then he had like the sign up link, the call was there, like I got to look at it in person. And I was like, this is like actually cool. Like it's cool. Signed up straight away. Then got interviewed. Then they were like, yeah, like this is a good fit. Told my mom, I was like, oh my gosh, I got in. And then she was like, yeah, like that's good. And then basically that's how I joined.
Yeah. So for what Zoe was talking about, we have the team members, our current team members, current team leadership, interview possible students who want to join our program, so that not only we can make sure that we're a good fit for them, but they're a good fit for the team. And I believe that what better way to make this happen than to put our team leadership in charge to do those interviews. And so Zoe was interviewed by our team leadership at that time, and they approved her to come on in, and we invited her in. So what are some of the things that you have done so far with the solar car team? Like when you first came on, tell us about some of the things that you did for the car, for the race, and some of the things you've learned.
So I've learned a lot. I've learned like electrical stuff. I've learned like so the front of the car. I've like put my hands on, like done some electrical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned how to use like tools, like professional tools.
Right.
I've learned like safety, like how to use it, how to like be safe with it.
Right.
I've learned like other like mechanical skills,
Mhm.
like stuff like that I like could be useful in life,
Sure.
say like if I want to go in engineering,
Right.
like then like I'll have like the skills and I won't need to like spend like a month learning and I can get like straight into it, like from learning stuff.
Tell me about the parade we just did. We just did a
Oh.
parade, so tell us about the parade we did.
So we just did the pickle parade since, cause like we wanted to get out of there, and we kind of all agreed on like, hey, like let's go do a parade.
Right.
So like I
Right.
started looking, cause I'm like, well, like some of these are like 4th of July parades. I was looking and looking and looking. I'm like, wait, there's a parade happens every year. It's kind of popular. Like a lot of people go do it,
Right.
and it's kind of near my house. I mean, what 20 minutes from here,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of like because it was one of my options that I signed up for. I didn't expect us to get in, but I was
Sure.
like, yeah, like let's try it. We got in. I'm like, oh wow. And then
I want to stop her for just a second. Zoe took the lead on all of this. She's the person that made contact with the people at the pickle parade. This is a parade that Mansfield, Texas hosts every year, to coincide with basically St. Patrick's Day, and of course Mansfield is also the home of Best Made Pickles. So they combined um, St. Patrick's Day was celebrating the best made pickles, so they came up with the pickle parade. Zoe spearheaded the whole thing. She set up the meetings with all of the leaders over there. She got our paperwork done. She filled it out. She talked to them. I'm so impressed with what you did. But continue.
and I was like this is cool. Like you can like get us out there, like you could just like see us going, and then you could be like, wow, like this is like such a cool thing. Like high school kids are doing it. There's like a middle school, maybe 2 middle schoolers on it. It's like to get ourselves out there. So
Sure.
like for example, there was like a band out there, and they were like, oh my gosh, like this is so cool. Like that's the recognition that we want. So it can be like,
Yes.
this is cool, I want to do this, I want to join. So it can have more team members and more like kids, high schoolers that let's say, oh, I want to go into engineering. They see us, they're like, this is cool, like I want to join. They join, and then they have the prior experience. So when they go into engineering, like they're like, oh, like yeah, like I know what this is. I learned this few months ago. I know what this is.
100%. And one of the other things that Zoe learned was the leadership capacity of being in charge of everything. She literally handed this off to me complete. All I did was sign the paperwork as the adult mentor of the program. I had to go to the team meeting for the solar car group as the main leader of this, but she set everything up, and I'm so impressed with that. So not only did she get to learn about the solar car, and of course she's worked on Dilbert, our golf cart, but she's also learned about the leadership skills, and all of our team members here learn about leadership skills. Zoe's actually in charge of what we call our farm team, and I believe Estevan and Nathaniel were talking about that in the first part of the video. She's in charge of our farm team. So the farm team basically are students that come in and they're able to join the team. They'll be able to check out if they like the program or not, if it's for them. It gives us an opportunity to see if they're right for us. It gives an earlier entry for middle school students to be able to jump in and get their feet wet and see if they like what they see. We have so many different things to offer in this program as far as um, program capabilities for these students to learn, such as Nathaniel's really focused in on the engineering aspect. He has aspirations of going to college, and um, Estevan, of course, his father, he mentioned in the video that his father is an electrician. So he's actually learned how to do the DC side of electricity, not just the AC side. For those of you that don't understand, there's different types of electricity. We have AC and DC, and our solar car primarily runs off of all DC, which is direct current. Houses, on the other hand, they work off of something called alternating current. So it's a completely different program, different system. And now Estevan has knowledge in both of those, as do everybody on our team. So Zoe was big part of setting up the pickle program, but she, like I said earlier, she is our team lead for our farm team, and so she gets directions from the main team, and she disseminates that information down to the farm team. They don't get to use all the big power tools that the high schoolers get to use, such as the welding. They do get to do a little bit of grinding, and Zoe's been able to do a lot of grinding and to help us out on the car. But this is just a program to get their feet wet to see if this is something that they want to do. As adults, we all know that we get into something and sometimes it may not be what we want after we've put our feet in the water to check it out. And that's part of growing. And that's one of the things that I understand as an educator. And I wanted to give that opportunity to younger students, the ability to get their feet wet to find out if this is something that they wanted to do, um, and be part of. And if they didn't, there's no harm feelings. They're able to leave at any time. But it's good for them to be able to try it and to see if they like it. And it helps us out as well, obviously, because we're able to capture some really great folks that will make the world change when they get older. So, anything else that you want to add, Zoe? Anything that you've gotten specifically from the program besides obviously the leadership skills that you learned from setting up the pickle parade? Like I said, she literally did everything. I was impressed with that.